guys, and a big warm welcome back. Today I am doing a tutorial on this look right here, which is a really soft, quick and easy glam look, and I've done this using all drugstore affordable makeup products as well, so there's nothing high-end in this either. This look is so simple to do, so quick, so easy, yet so effective. I really hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you want to see how to get this look right here, then stay tuned. Okay, so to start with, unfortunately I don't actually have a primer from the drugstore, so I've already moisturised and I'll just go straight with foundation. Now the foundation I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Foundation, and this is the shade 015 Porcelain, which is the palest one that they do. And to apply this I'm just using as a way of a 102 silk finish brush. So as far as sort of drugstore, as it were, foundations go, I find this is pretty good in terms of how pale it is. There are obviously other ones out there that you can try. So for instance, the NYX foundation drops, their palest one is pretty pale, and there are other ones out there like Maybelline. Their Matte and Poreless goes pretty pale, but that's too yellow toned for me. I struggle to find something with a pink undertone. Both of those ones I've just mentioned are both yellow undertone. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to use a bit of a Cult product, and this is the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer, and this is in the shade 0, which is extra fair. This is a new shade they've just come out with, which I finally think is actually pale enough for me to use. So just going to use that under my eyes, in the middle of my forehead, down the nose, cupid bow, and on the chin. And using another brush from Zoeva, this is the 110 to buff this in. It's really good that you can get products that are more affordable from like the drugstore that do work for super pale skin. So for powder, I'm going to use this, which is the L'Oreal True Match powder. I'm using this in 1R, which is the palest one they do, and this is Rose Ivory. This isn't my first choice of powder, I will admit, just because as you may have seen if you've watched some of my other videos, I do prefer the Laura Geller, but this does work as a powder for pale skin. It's like more matte in finish. It doesn't help give a glow to the skin or anything, which is something I do tend to prefer. For contour, I'm going to use the No. 7 Beautifully Defined Contour Kit. This is in a light medium, and it comes with a contour shade and also like a banana powder. I don't need to use the banana powder because it just doesn't look right on me, but I am going to take this contour powder. This is not very pigmented, this particular contour powder, which I do really like, because I find I can actually just build up a subtle bit of definition rather than going in really hard with the contouring. But yeah, you see how good that is at just giving the shape, definition and shape back to the face. I really love how cool tone this powder is. Okay, so for blusher, I actually don't own any blushers from the drugstore. I have one that I found that's part of this kit, and this is the Sleek Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette, and this is in light. So I'm just going to grab this blush here, and it's quite a pretty blush. It's very similar to NARS Orgasm because of like the gold reflect that you get in it. But I'm just going to pop this on because this is literally the only one I could find in my entire collection. I seem to just always buy higher end blushes. Okay, so that blush is really pretty, and I put it on again with my MAC 317. I know this is not a affordable brush, but it is just my favourite for blusher. And then we come on to highlights. So I'm going to put the glow back in my face where I took it out with that L'Oreal powder. This is the palette I'm going to use. It's the E.L.F. Illuminating palette. So you get 4 highlighters in it right here. I only use these 2, and they are absolutely beautiful in texture. And now I'm going to go in with the yellow one right here, just to actually highlight my face. And there's something about these powders. I do reach for this highlight palette a lot. I do use this pretty often. I find that these powders, there is something about them. They just are so finely milled. They look creamy on the skin. It's a very creamy highlight, and I really, really love it. And you can just see I'm going to apply these pretty much all over the face just to put the glow back into my skin again. Okay, next up is the brows, and I'm not going to talk you through this on camera because it takes forever, but the products that I'm going to use are the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Auburn, and then I'm going to go over the top with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in Blonde, just to fill in my brows and give the effect that I like. And now we move on to eyeshadow, and this is a slight more of a problem for me because I don't actually own any set Drugstore eyeshadow palettes. Pretty much all of the palettes I have are more high-end, but I do have these two. Now, this is the Morphe 12MB palette, this is the Colourpop Yes Please palette, and they both look like so. Colourpop you can get hold of in the UK, but you have to get it obviously shipped from the States, so it's not as easy to get hold of. Whereas the Morphe, you can order this online from several websites in the UK. It is very, very affordable. That's why I think I'm going to use it for this tutorial, just because although it's not from the drugstore, it is sort of similar pricing. So just as a place to start, I'm taking my M521 from Morphe and this pale shade just here, just to start by whisking this all over my lid, and whatever eyeshadow look I end up doing, I always start this way, just with a pale shadow washed all over the lid. This is an M412 from Morphe. It's like a tapered blending brush. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, just because I really haven't got a clue what I'm doing yet, and I'm just going to start taking this through my crease. As always with my crease colour, I just start by taking that onto the outer corner of the lid of the eye as well, and just blending out into the crease. Okay, so that is the crease colour done. Now what I'm going to go in do now is I'm going to go in and darken all of that up with this colour right here, just to build up the depth of colour. And just keep blending and adding more colour, and keep blending and adding colour. It's a lot easier to put more on than to take away. Okay, so I'm now really happy with how that's looking, but I want to really intensify the colours. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and this is a more sort of purpley shade, and just run this along the lower lash line and into the corner, just to really give like that kind of smoky depth that I want. Okay, so I'm just going in the same brush and the original crease colour that we started with, this one right here. I'm just going to run that on my lower lash line. Okay, so really happy with that now. Now I want a little pop of shimmer on my lid, so I'm just going to grab this gold shade right here on my ring finger, and I'm just going to pat that in the centre of my lid and towards the inner third of the eye, just to bring in a little bit more light. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow all done. This is how it's looking before mascara, and it's just a really pretty, easy, purpley goldy brown eye look that works perfectly with my red hair and green eyes. Now, after much looking, I discovered I do not actually own an eyeliner from the drugstore, so we're gonna have to go without today. But what I'm gonna do now is go in with some mascara, and this is the L'Oreal Telescopic mascara in black, and I'm just gonna put on a couple of coats. Okay, and that is the eyes done. So finally, to wrap this whole thing up, I'm just going to do my lips. Now, I wanted to do something a bit simpler, so I thought I'd just go for more of a nude glossy finish. So I'm going to go in with lip liner first, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible lip liner, and because I've taken the label off this, I have got no clue what colour it is. All I know is it's the nude one. These lip liners from L'Oreal are so creamy. Okay, so because they are so creamy, you don't get as precise a line, but they are so easy to fill your lips in with. Now I'm going to go over the top of this, and I'm going to use one of the NYX Butter Glosses. This is in Tiramisu. I absolutely love these glosses. So many people love these glosses. They're just so easy to use. And I'm just going to pop this over the top. So here it is. This is the finished look. This is my drugstore makeup look. I really do love how this look turned out. It is so pretty and feminine, yet so easy to do. This isn't a complicated makeup look. Anybody can do this, and it really does only take like 15 minutes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial and some of the products that I've suggested in it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.